Okay, so the book that I have decided to read for my presentation is One of Us is Lying, and my theme park name is called Suspense Island. So the slogan that I have is social media is a highlight reel, not everything you see is real. So people tend to just put out what is a highlight in their life on social media, which can be edited, and they don't tend to show their flaws because they want to show people what they think people want to see of what's happening in their life. My first ride attraction is called the Fun Slide. It is a wavy slide with a mat, and my theme is inequality and effects on self-esteem. So, social media and different groups teenagers experience in high school, such as the SMART group, the JOC group, the Popular group, can bring on a roller coaster of emotions. On the Fun Slide, ride with a mat, that is the experience that you get. Um, the slide has many levels of ups and downs throughout the ride that represent the ups and downs that people experience with being on social media or different treatment of groups in high school. It can really have an effect on someone. My text evidence from the book is Cooper got Simon blacklisted from Vanessa's after prom party. Even though Simon was on the court and everything, he was so humiliated, and he was not only not invited, but actually not even allowed to go. Everyone was going to be there, he said. So Simon was kind of feeling very left out of the situation because it seemed like everybody was going and he was the only one not going, which made him feel super left out, which can cause lots of sadness and fear of missing out of fun activities. And people tend to put out on social media what they're doing and who they're with, and other people can see that and then feel that certain way because they weren't invited. Simon fixed the votes for prom court and he was happy he was part of the group. However, after bragging about what he was able to do and how easy it was for him, he was overheard by the wrong person. So you really have to watch what you say or what you put out, because you never know who can screenshot it and share it to someone, or who's going to tell somebody this that you said, and words can get twisted. And he had let down of not being invited to the after party that everyone else on the court was going to be invited to. My second ride attraction is called the Ferris wheel. The theme is effects of social media. So one major effect that social media brings is constant comparison of your life to someone else's life, or comparison of looks. The Ferris wheel is a constant go around. You sit in a little cart attached to this giant circle that brings you around and around and just repeats. And that's how social media can make you feel whenever there's nonstop comparison or negative thoughts that run through your head from being on social media. My text evidence is Simon was one of those people who thought he should be at the center of everything, but he wasn't. Simon always felt like he should get a lot more respect and attention than he did, but he got really bitter about it this year. And this quote supports the effects that social media can have on teenagers. Simon was comparing himself to others and wanted to be a part of those groups, and then he wasn't, which led to depression and low self-esteem. So when Simon realized that he wasn't part of the popular group or getting the attention from other people that other people were receiving, he got really negative and got in his head and was starting to tell himself that he wasn't good enough and that nobody really liked him, which is not true. And that's how popularity or the attention other people get can make someone feel if they're not getting the same amount of attention from social media or other people. My third ride attraction is the House of Mirrors, and the theme is media distortion of reality. So in the House of Mirrors, it is essentially a maze full of mirrors. There are mirrors surrounding you left and right that make it more complicated to find the correct way to go. Some mirrors are distorted to make it more fun, and you're able to see yourself from every angle with mirrors surrounding you. This is a prime example of social media, because social media is just a distortion of reality. Everything you put on social media can be edited or changed to make something appear better than it actually is. And that is the reason why social media is so bad for our mental health, because you see someone who has a perfect body or someone who has a perfect life, which they put out on social media, but in reality, those pictures or videos can be edited to a person's liking or to what social media standards has as a perfect body or what the perfect life should look like. And 99% of the time, it's not actually real, what we see on social media. That's why we need to stop comparing ourselves, our looks, or our lives to other people, because half of the time, it's not actually what it really is, or seems to appear as on social media. And my text evidence is, but I know what it looks like to tell yourself a lie so often that it becomes the truth. So we start to tell ourselves these lies that we have nothing else to do but to believe it. That is why social media is so bad for us, because we see other things that people are putting out and we look at ourselves and we're like, oh, that's not what I'm doing. That's not what I look like. I need to be doing these certain things to look like someone, or doing these things to have someone else's life. And we're telling ourselves these lies that put ourselves down, but in reality, what we see is not actually reality. But we have nothing else to believe, so it starts to become a truth to us. And these lies we tell ourselves can relate to the distortion of reality we see throughout social media. We can start to believe we are not good enough, pretty enough, or have the body of social media standards as we see things on social media and tell ourselves these lies. My park culture is Cafeteria Cafe, gift shop, which is Phone Case, and then my mascot is a peanut guy. The Cafeteria Cafe is the food stall because part of the setting takes place in a high school, and that is where the plot kicks off with Simon's death. The gift shop item is a phone case because phones are the reason why Simon, Bronwyn, Cooper, Addie, and Nate got sent to detention in the first place. And the mascot is a peanut guy because the peanut oil that Simon drank caused the allergic reaction, which then led to his death. And my special attraction is called the Game of Comparison. How does social media affect teens' mental health? So this game essentially allows you to create and edit your own photo, then upload it and participate in the race to whoever gets the most likes. This game represents the fact that social media allows you to edit anything you decide to upload. Then the comparison factor of who gets more likes than who begins. Research shows that apps such as this game can have a negative impact on teenagers' mental health, such as developing depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. A lot of people I know tend to compare their picture, their video, or whatever they upload on social media to other certain people's, and then they are not satisfied with the amount of likes they get or the amount of attention they get from that post, which puts themselves down and tells themselves they need to be better, they're not good enough. But people need to not make it a race or a comparison of what gets put out on social media. If this post doesn't get a certain likes, no one likes me, or I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not good enough. That's how social media makes us feel, because we compare our likes or our picture or the amount of shares we get or attention from it to other people, which is not healthy and good. I feel like the characters in my book really represent the impact of social media, because they are teens in high school, and I feel like every teenager in high school goes through a situation where they feel this certain type of way, that they are not good enough, or that whatever they put out on social media is not good enough for society's standards, which is not true. But then that puts us down and puts us in a bad mental state because of the impacts of social media and what we see and tend to believe of what social media is. I feel like the author really brought the characters to life by putting in real situations in the book that can actually happen to somebody in high school, which helps us to relate to the characters, since I am a high school teenager, and see how they go through their high school life and how I go through mine, and how everybody's is going to be different. That is the end of my One of Us is Lying presentation. I really hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.